welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. So today I have a whip and chat for you guys. It's by La Sorcière. It's La Sorcière by Fayunet. It's 59 by 90 centimeters long, quite long. And if you guys don't know what whip and chat is, whip stands for work in progress, and of course you chat along with it. So if you guys want, you can bring out your projects, or if you want to listen along to me ramble, we'll get started. So I'm going to just start pulling out the things I need. We've got an AB going on here. It's a little cloudy right now. Starting to threaten to rain, so I had to turn on some lights and stuff, so it looks the lighting might be a little different nowadays. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing okay today. Things are doing slightly alright over here. Let me see, I need a star. Where's the star? You know, I think you think I would have a better job organizing, but I seem to do not do a good job. Well, I found this one. But yeah, so things have been doing pretty well here. It's been a hot minute since we've talked, haven't we? And I seem to be messing up a lot of stuff off camera and on camera that I'm just deleting a lot of videos, and plus kids are being sick, or you know, stuff's happening, so I haven't been able to do as much as I've wanted. I'm only a little over halfway of this canvas, and I was hoping by the beginning of October I would be done with it, and that has not seemed to be the case. Oh well, let's just get started with this. I'll find the star in just a little bit. There's a lot of stars. Oh, see, told you I would find it. I'm already starting to find all this stuff. I usually, before I get started, I like to pull out all the ones that I'm working in a section, so it's like right there in front of me. Just so that way I'm not doing what I'm doing right now, which is like just picking around, trying to find the right symbol. Okay, we'll find more in a little bit. Okay. So, things have been kind of hectic, I guess would be the right word. Well, no, it's been, busy. If you hear any clacking, that would be my husband, typing away on the keyboard. He's working. So that's what that noise is going on. Let's see. So I had plans for a whip and chat on Friday, but the problem was my daughter, my youngest one, was sick, and she woke me up early in the morning because I had plans to start doing a video and stuff like that, and she wakes me up like an hour before school starts. Mommy, and you know, you hear the dreaded words, you know, that all parents do not like to hear when you're still waking up. I don't feel good. And then, poor kid. So I got her all settled, and told her she can lay in bed with me. Lucky at the time, my husband's sleeping downstairs at this moment because he has back issues, and our mattress is not comfortable, so he does not like sleeping up there at all if he has to. So he sleeps downstairs on the couch, and you think that, you know, with a king-size bed I would take over the entire bed. No, I stay on my side. But so yeah, so there was so luckily he was able to not have get disturbed, so that way our youngest wasn't bothering him. I sent him a text like at 5:30 going, you know, our youngest is staying home she was not doing good. The funny thing was she perked up at different parts of the day. You know how it is with kids. I think she had like some sort of stomach bug. So, but yeah, it was just I had a feeling that I wasn't going to be able to do a video, so just spent the time spending time with her, getting things ready. I was also in the middle of making Halloween masks for the kids to get ready for this month. Actually, in fact, I have some right here. Hold on, let me put this up to the side for just a second, because they're adorable. I have to show you guys, okay? But I also have to make sure that I don't show their names too, because I'm trying to respect their privacy. So I got this rainbow mask right here with the glittery spiders. Oh, like, I thought that was so cute, so I got that one. I made that one for them. And then for my son, he got a shark that are trick-or-treating. So as you can see, look at those sharks. Those are so cute. We got a little witch's hat on that one. The sewing machine was a little messy on that one, so I was fighting it. It was like late at night without that one. I started fighting with it. So we got that one, and then this one is a glow-in-the-dark spider right here, and then I use glow-in-the-dark thread for the top stitching and everything. I was like, oh man, we got to do that for the kids. So all 3 kids got this, and also they all got this one as well, which is glow in the dark, because who does not like a good glow in the dark one? So it has the glow in the dark thread, and then these stars glow in the dark, these little white stars. They're so cute. I cut a pattern out for myself so that way I can make one for myself. Just so you know, I'm gonna do that. And then hold on, 2 more masks. We got this bat one right here, the little metallic bats with an orange ones right here. I thought that was adorable. And then this one is going to get everywhere because it's extremely glittery. There's just glitter that constantly falls off, so I'm going to probably have random glitter all over me now. But I spent time working on those masks, so that's like I made like 18 masks for them, and then I was also making some for my husband, and then I cut out patterns for myself, and then like a couple for my husband's coworker, because she wanted like the bats, because she's all like, I want it dark as my soul. I'm like, how edgy. So I hun, you made a noise over there. So I just I cut out a few. I made her a few masks as well. And I got my leftover Harry Potter stuff that I still had. Made her a Harry Potter mask because she's a big Harry Potter fan. So and didn't grab a drill there. There we go. So that was like a lot of my weekend, was taking care of my youngest. And the funny thing was, when we called in to get her to let the school know, she's decided she's going to talk and tell whoever is on the phone. Now she feels so much better. Bear in mind, she's already gotten sick earlier, and she's trying to tell this person she feels so much better. I'm like, shh, you know. And then after we get off the phone, I had to explain it to her. I'm like, no, you can't do that, because the person there on is going to think that we're lying. Because you feel better now, but that's only because the medicine kicked in. And true enough, a few hours later, she was starting to feel miserable all over again. And then we had she fought to try and go to sleep, because she didn't sleep at all. So I finally convinced her to take a small nap while my husband went to pick up the kids at the end of the day. But she fought, and then later the next day, she woke me up early again. I don't feel good. Can I sleep with you? Oh man, I have not slept well, so that's going to be. I'm still playing catch up on sleep, so if I kind of ramble off, that might be why, but it might be just me normally. I tried to do a whip and chat yesterday, but unfortunately, I left in a lot of information. Like, I accidentally said the kids' names a few times, and then like when I was showing you guys a package, I left my name in. So I was like, okay, we're gonna just. That's too much for me to try and blur out like in different parts of the video. I'm going to just redo it. And then I was like, afterwards, I'm like, well, the whip and chat was a bust. I'll just record an unboxing. And by that point, the coffee had kicked in. And I was talking a million miles a minute. So I'm going to have to redo that unboxing, which is probably okay. I was missing part of my order, and you could hear the disappointment in my voice. I was so upset. Not upset, but more like, oh man. Because it was part of something I was really looking forward to. I just didn't want anyone to feel too bad about it, so I'm probably gonna redo the unboxing video. I'm trying to keep all the packaging together, but they're not going to be wrapped up as neatly, unfortunately. So I apologize for that. But it should be out in a little bit. I don't know if I want to wait till my other part of the package comes in, because I messaged the seller yesterday, just saying, hey, I'm missing part of my order. Any way I can still get it? You know, just didn't want to be too rude, because I still wanted it's putty, so I still wanted it. I just didn't want to be like, give it to me. I'm just like, hey, because I felt bad. So it should be coming in and soon. She said she'll be shipping it out today. So hopefully I'll get it pretty soon. It took about a week to get here, because I literally got it yesterday. Like, the package came in, and I was showing that off. I'm like, look, I got my new package, and I left the address and everything on it. So yeah. It'll be okay. But yeah, I just been trying to get caught up on everything and with the house, trying to clean up. Every time I think I'm caught up with something, something happens, and then it's just like I gotta start catching up all over again. So it's been so crazy. Let's see. So one of the things that has happened, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, was we got my youngest ears pierced. It wasn't this last weekend because she was sick, but it was the weekend before. And we kind of kept it all secret and hush-hush with her. I knew she wanted to get her ears pierced, but I wanted to make sure that she does, and she understood that it was going to hurt a little bit, and that, you know, it wasn't going to be like ears pierced and then she can wear fancy earrings right away kind of thing. And at the time, her older sister, so our oldest, she got her ears pierced at 6 years old. So because the place where we took her, I went to a professional piercer, So the place where we took her, at the time, they would only allow 6 and up. So, but they changed it to where they will now do babies as young as 6 months. But I wanted to make sure that that it was kind of fair, since my oldest had to wait till she was 6. I didn't want to be just like, all right, you turned 5, and you get to have your ears pierced before you get to go to school, that kind of thing. Besides, at the time, it was like the height of the whole, pandemic. It was like right there in the height of it. I was just like, because, let's see, 2019 was when she turned 5. So yeah, things got shut down here in March, and then April. So it was like right there. So we stayed inside the whole time. Like, oh man. Well, I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, so I kept it all secret with her, with the ear piercing, and I wanted to make sure she knew what was going on. And she was telling me all about who so and so in her class has her ears pierced, and she wears beautiful earrings, and she can't wait till she can have beautiful earrings just like so and so. And then there was like another girl in her class who has really cool earrings. So she was really wanting to get her ears pierced. And I should have made the appointment. I completely didn't think about it. Because last time, it was a few years ago, when we took the oldest, we didn't have an appointment. It's just walk-ins are available, So when we got there, the lady told us it was going to be about a 20 to 30 minute wait, and we're like, okay, because we were there. It took an hour to drive to this place. Especially since the newer person, like, it's changed hands, like managements and stuff like that. So like, there was a professional piercer who was really good with children, and everyone kept recommending her. And I was hoping we would get her, and we did. Let's see. I just need I. Where is I? Yeah, there it is. Let me just pull out a couple more other things. We got an E, and then we got this little funny symbol. We're going to go with the letter P. We're going to find a square in just a minute, which is right here. And I think that's pretty much it, except for the numbers. So, oh, and I'm still using a ruler. The reason being because I've already used ruler in most spots of here, so I figured just for sake of continuity, is that the right word? If you know what I mean, just to keep it look the same throughout the entire thing. So let me get this started right here. So yeah, we took her to the ear salon, not ear salon, piercing place, and we waited instead of a 30-minute wait. It was over an hour. Luckily, there was a spot for me and the kids to sit down while people were going into the store, to the shop. But I just let my husband take her in because he had to sign the waiver. My phone wasn't doing too well with the QR code, so he signed in and he went in with her. And according to him, like, even the one who was piercing her ears was very impressed. She didn't flinch at all. Like what he said, like she did the first ear, and then she was like, "Wow, you didn't flinch." And then what my husband said was, my daughter went, "Yeah, but it did hurt a little." Poor kid. But she was a trooper. She then they got the other ear, and off we went. We She was a little disappointed because the receptionist, she came out with us to pick what kind of earrings our youngest would wear, and of course my daughter would go for the sparkly blue ones, and I was like, which ones are nickel free? Because I have a nickel allergy, and so does my oldest. And I'm going to pause this because I have a feeling my camera's going to do that little freak out thing, so I'll stop for just a minute. Okay, so I also adjusted the camera a little bit, so she was disappointed because I think I said which one was nickel free, because I have a nickel allergy and so does my oldest, and I didn't want to risk getting her ears being infected and be in pain and come back to change out the jewelry or anything like that. So I wanted to give her the best case possible to make sure her ears be healthy, because I didn't want her to deal with a piercing gun at all. I wanted her to not have too much trauma to the ears. I mean, like, you're still traumatizing the ears, just not like with what a piercing gun does. So I just wanted to make sure that they had a better chance than compared to me with my earring, because I didn't get my ears pierced until I was 13, 14. And the reason being is because my dad was very stubborn about the fact of getting my ears pierced. He's a very religious man, and he's all like, you're not supposed to change your body or alter it, blah 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 blah. It's like, it's just an ear piercing. But no, he was very much like, don't change your body, God made it the way it was. And I was just like, but I just want my ears pierced. So I didn't want my kids to have to wait so long to have their ears pierced like I did. So, and I feel like six is a good age. They know what they want. They understand the consequences. I mean, as much as, a 6-year-old would. So, and then also, I was really proud of my husband because it slipped my mind. He asked our son, basically, because both of them are 6, both. So he asked her son, do you want to get your ears pierced too? And I'm proud of both of them, because my son went, no thank you, I just like to look at the sparkly earrings. And it was just so nice that my husband including our son, and then was like that, and then that my son was just like, was all right with not getting his ears pierced. He just wanted to help support his sister, and he was so supportive. When we got into the car, he looked like she was like showing off her earrings, and I was taking a picture to send to Nana and stuff, and he was all like, good job, high five with her, and I was like, oh my goodness, you guys melt my heart. Before they start doing their normal bickering, of course. Let's see. So that was a pretty fun weekend. And then the weekend before that, we went to I don't know if I mentioned this, but we went to a bounce type house. It's an indoor inflatable bouncy place, so it had like slides and things like that the kids could go. So we took them there to get their energy out. Honestly, we're probably planning on doing a planetarium sometime this month. We're trying to make sure that the kids have some sort of activities to do. I've already ordered some stuff off Target to do arts and craft things with them. Got some stuff to do with them on that. Put this further back, and then put the ruler back on. So, let's see. And then, the day before my youngest got sick, we actually had parent-teacher conferences for the twins. Let's see. Gotta go back to N. All right. So, we had parent-teacher conferences, and I knew. Okay, every parent goes, "My kid is so smart," blah blah blah, and I'm in the same group. I knew my kids were smart. I knew they were intelligent, but guys, they're scary. They're scary. So, I came in fully expecting them to go on and on about my son. I only had the main concern about, because my son, he gets obsessive. Like, he'll pick a subject and then he'll obsess over it. That's my coffee maker. That just beeped in the background if you heard it. So yeah, he'll choose a subject and then he'll just stay on that subject. Lately it's been about black holes and how they're going to suck him up. So it's also his nightmare fuel, and then at the same time he wants to learn all about them. So he's just like constantly learning, listening to stuff about that. Before we had school, he's still obsessed about this, by the way, but he's obsessed about 1, 2, 3s and ABCs, and we just finally got rid of a couple of his alphabet books because they were falling apart with how much he was using them. He was just constantly reading them, like, you know your ABCs and you know your 1, 2, 3s. It's time to give this up and give it to someone else who needs it more, you know? It was falling apart. there was no salvaging it. Excuse me. But yeah, we went to talk to them, and we did it all on WebEx. I don't think I need the letter P anymore. It doesn't look like. All right. And let's see. So let's see. Both of them were they had high scores in both of their classes, so it was considered like the highest score in the class kind of thing. And then my son had a really high score in reading, like with these tests things that the placement test or something. And even though he has a higher reading score than his sister, she's like actually a level above him on the reading thing. Like, she's a reading level J, and she's on J and he's on I, only because of comprehension. According to his teacher, he can read J's just fine. I mean, but it's just the comprehension thing, and she thinks it's just because it's not something that's interesting him, that he has to pick a book that will interest him, and that's why he's still on I. So she's working I don't know if it's one-on-one or like she has them in a small group in her classroom to work, but they both are being taken out twice a week, not the same days, but twice a week for enrichment classes. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, because it's just it's like additional learning and stuff like that. And I'm just I'm scared, because I'm kind of going, oh my goodness, because my son's teacher, she's like, he's ready for second grade. He is actually ready for second grade. I'm going to keep him, but he's ready for second grade. And I'm like, I'm not ready. I am not ready. I'm not ready. But she's keeping him because it's easier for him to stay with his classmates and stuff like that. And I think that's a good idea, you know. But they're being taken out for enrichment, so they're just getting like additional studies. And I think it's like they didn't have this around when my oldest was in first grade, but I think it was like it's just like the building blocks because my oldest is in gifted and talented right now. She started that they start that program in third grade, and this is her second year in it. So she's going to, so I don't know if this is like the building blocks or something to get ready for gifted and talented, because she gets pulled out twice a day instead, compared to the twins who are now twice a week with their enrichment class. I'm kind of scared. Because if they're already getting smarter than me with math. I'm terrible at math. I'm the numbers and stuff get all switched around, and oh man, I'm like, and I have dyslexia as well. So like, if it's a word problem, I'm constantly trying to make sure that it's not the words aren't like flipping around on me and stuff like that, or I'm not like stumbling over myself. Actually, case in point, I think it was last week. I was having trouble explaining to the youngest that of a word problem. It was a new addition strategy kind of thing, and I was just really having trouble trying to get through it. I got the answer. We got the answer together, but the teacher wanted basically a explanation of some sorts, and I actually had to get the oldest to come over and help her out. And as she was doing that, because I had to pull her away from her own math homework, as she was doing that, I went to the pantry and grabbed a piece of candy and put it on the table as a thank you, because she didn't have to do that, but she did, and she was sweet about it. She didn't complain, so I gave her a piece of candy as a thanks, kid. So yeah, I'm already struggling because it's Common Core math, and I wasn't taught that in school, so I'm trying my best to learn as much as I can. But I'm so grateful that my oldest is able to help out. I'm just worried that I'm not able to help her out as much. But she seems to be doing just fine. I know that there's going to be a point where she's going to be like, I need help, and I'm not going to be able to help her. And it's going to be very frustrating. Let's see. I'm looking at the clock. Because today my husband and I are going into the city. That's so funny. We live like just right outside. We're going in because he's actually picking up his stuff from work. So I might have to cut this short sometime in a little bit because we're gonna get ready to go soon, and then I'll just pick it back up later on in the day. It's still cloudy, so might have to change the lighting a bit more. But let's see. Yesterday the kids got all dressed up for Halloween. It was very cute. They wanted to be dressed up for Halloween because I don't know. They wanted to wear their Halloween shirts. It's still warm. I know I'm wearing long sleeves, but my husband loves to blast the AC, so I get cold easy. But it's still 80 degrees. This morning we woke up at 70, and I was miserable already. Because the upstairs is always warm compared to downstairs, and I was already miserable once we went outside, and like it was just it's too sticky outside. It's already humid and stuff like that. But the kids wanted to go and wear their long sleeve shirts yesterday. I'm like, are you guys sure? Because it is hot outside. Nothing could deter them. I'm like, okay. So they got to wear their long sleeve shirts, and they all got to wear their matching Halloween outfits. Well, not matching. It wasn't really matching. It's just all black. All of them were wearing a black t-shirt. And then I forgot to get a bow for my youngest. She normally likes to accessorize. She likes to, I don't know if the word's extra, but it feels like that might be the word. So compared to the other two, they were wearing jeans and then a long sleeve shirt. And actually, my oldest, she wasn't wearing black. She was wearing an orange heart-shaped spider web with spiders and candy corn all over it. And then my son had like a glow-in-the-dark rib cage with spiders on it. But okay, so they were fine. My youngest, I have an awesome neighbor who gives me clothes all the time. She has a daughter who's like a year older than the twins, and she gives us clothes all the time for her, and I try to repay the favor back, but I don't have as many clothes to give back, but I try to, because my oldest is probably like a few sizes bigger, because she's like a few grades above, but I still give her clothes that I have in my that I've been saving up for my youngest, but now just handing it off to her, as long as they're not threadbare, because my kids like to be rough with their clothes. And then like I also give clothes from my son to hers, because her son's actually a grade below ours, so it works out really good. But I can never ever repay her the amount she gives me. She gives me a mountain load of clothes at times. It's like, oh my goodness. So my youngest, she is good for clothes. I didn't have to buy her much, but I did buy her one thing, because in the stash that I gotten, well, I bought her two things, because she had a Halloween shirt, but it was she already wore that one. So I bought her a black cat with a pumpkin next to it t-shirt, but the leggings was from my neighbor, and it was like they were orange leggings with like black cat heads all over it. I bought a tutu I found on Amazon. Like, it's this frilly tutu. She wore this ensemble for school yesterday, and she was like, immediately the moment she got out the car, she went to the first adult she saw that was standing outside, and I heard her as we were pulling out, "Look at my outfit!" And I forgot completely to give her a bow, because she wanted to have a purple bow to go all together with it. Oh my gosh, this kid, man. So yesterday was just it was so funny. And then let's see, we had I celebrated my 13th anniversary yesterday as well. Well, we didn't really celebrate. We're gonna try and celebrate later, because oh, that's perfect, because I just saw a spot I needed to put that in. So we didn't really get to celebrate together, but because he had to work, so he was on the computer most of the day, which is okay. He had maintenance too. I just spent time working on some more masks, and then I also I tried to do videos, which all failed horribly. I'm not talking as fast as I was with the other one, thank goodness. I'm trying not to. I drank some coffee earlier, and we just brewed a new fresh pot. So, which I probably will be taking with me not the entire thing, but like a cup with me before we go. So that way I have something to drink on the way there, because it takes an hour to drive. Man, guys, it takes so long. Well, traffic and everything. Ugh, I hate traffic. Sorry about that sound. That probably was not a good sound. And I'm going to pause the camera again because we're heading at that mark. And we're back. Yep, there we go. I will figure out this issue sometime, or I'll just eventually get a new phone before I figure it out. One of the two. So, let's see. So yeah, we celebrated 13 years, and I will see if I can put a picture here. Hopefully I can. I'm trying to adjust this camera a little bit. And that's as best as I can. But I'll try and insert a picture here of the flowers he got me. When we came home after we picked up the kids, and there was flowers waiting for me at the front door. So, and purple's like my favorite color, if you guys don't know already. I'm obsessed with the color purple. I actually like a bluish purple, but it's always hard to find that kind of shade anywhere. But he got me roses. He hardly gets flowers, so it's just like, it was a surprise. And the reason being is I'm allergic. I don't care too much, but we may not be able to get any more flowers because the poor kids. Excuse me. Oh, I just. Sorry. So, the poor kids, oh man, this morning they were all sniffly and stuff like that, like how I was. I went to bed, like, kind of raspy and stuff. I'm like, yep, that's from the flowers. And the poor kids, they woke up this morning, just like, constantly. I'm like, oh, here, have a tissue, please, just blow your nose. So he may not be able to get any more flowers, which is okay. But it's always sweet when he does. I mentioned to him like a long time ago when we were dating that no one has ever gotten me flowers before. Which was true. I never gotten flowers from anyone, and within a week, he got me flowers. I was like, "Aw, you didn't have to do that. I wasn't trying to, like, give you a hint or anything like that." But no, and he does this, like, randomly. He'll just, like, out of nowhere, just give me flowers because no one else gives me flowers. Like, aw. And, let's see. Letter. Yeah, C. Ha ha. But yeah, he got me flowers, and then he says that, he bought, like, some sort of personalization frame thing. I'm like, oh boy. we don't even hang anything, so we gotta start hanging some stuff up here. Let's see. So it was kind of sweet. We didn't get the food of our choice because my stomach wasn't feeling the greatest from, I think I was catching whatever my youngest has, I think. But it's not hitting as hard. Let's see. We wanted to get like sushi, but we couldn't because we didn't want to risk it. Plus, this is gonna sound weird, but after I had the kids, I've developed a lot of weird intolerances, and like I can't stand certain stuff anymore. And people said it would always go away. It hasn't gone away. Meat in general was something I could not eat for the longest time. Like after I had the kids. I could eat chicken. Correction, I can eat chicken, but for the longest time, it was like any sort of pork or meat products. I could not. I could not handle at all. And it was kind of sad, to be honest, because at the time I was just introduced to ribs, so I was just like, I was all about eating barbecue ribs. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so delicious. Because I've never been introduced. I lived in a small coal mining town. So my husband like introduced that to me. He's like, you need something, to actually taste, because like the barbecue ribs I had, like if I had any, I don't think they were that great up in West Virginia. He introduced me to actually good barbecue, and after I had my oldest, like when I was pregnant with my oldest, couldn't eat any of that, and it's like now I can handle maybe one rib, but after that I gotta push it away because or else I'm gonna get sick. But it's like that way with eggs and stuff like that. If eggs aren't baked, and they are like cooked or something, like if they're mixed into the food and they're like fried or on top of the stove, I can't eat them anymore. I just can't. It's just hurts my tummy and everything. So, and same thing with eel. Can't do eel anymore. So it's like a lot of my favorite stuff that I eat when I have sushi, has all those ingredients, and I'm just like, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not having to go just yet. I might need to go soon. I want to keep talking though. So let's see. Take a sip of my coffee. So you guys, like, there's good news, and then like I don't know if you guys, whenever you get good news, are you always just expecting like the other shoe to drop, right? Am I the only one that feels like that? Because it feels like because with me it's just like whenever something good happens, something not automatically, but something bad happens within the month, like within that same month, and we've gotten a lot of good news lately, and I am expecting something bad to happen. So after I asked my husband if I had permission to do this, and he said okay. So after we had the meeting last Thursday, so it was like the first good news talks about my kids, and stuff like that. The second good news, after the kids meeting, my husband was put in a surprise meeting. Like his boss went, "Hey, you got a minute?" And then immediately pulled him in for a meeting. Had cameras open and everything. So I was like, okay, that's my cue to go before my husband put his camera on. And then I hear like my husband being very emotional all of a sudden, and I kind of peek through to see if the camera is still on or not, and it wasn't. And he was, I thought the worst happened. Honestly, I thought he lost his job, like they had to let him go. No, in fact, he's still doing the same job, but they changed his job title, and gave him a pay raise for that job title. Like, so they changed his pay grade and everything. And I mean, it's oh my goodness. I'm not saying we're crazy rich or anything like that, because we're not. But we're going to be, it's like more like things are tight, and now it's like not as tight. Does that make sense? So it's more of a, it's going to hopefully give us a sigh of relief, especially because of all the other news that we've been getting. I don't know. My husband said I mentioned this in a previous whip and chat, and I probably did, and I don't remember. Um, but we've been currently going through a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Um, so we haven't had credit cards for 5 years and everything like that. Wasn't our fault. Honestly. What had happened was when we first bought the house, our mortgage changed hands several times. We bought the house, and I think 2 weeks later the mortgage went to someone else different, and then a month or so after that it went to someone else. Like it was like it changed hands at least 3 times, I think. The problem was it went from the last one to the other one was like a kind of combination slash change, and they started saying that we haven't been paying at all, and my husband had to call them monthly, going, "Hey, I have," telling them that he tell like the number and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And then at one point, he even went to the office a few times, because they had a downtown office, and he had showed them the documents, and we were arguing with them for over almost a year until we got the foreclosure notice, that they were going to foreclose on our home, and that's when my husband had to seek legal help, and the lawyer that we gotten did not help at all, guys. He suggested that we just that we file for bankruptcy, which my husband did, and then after that, he said he was going to help us out with because this mortgage company does this shady crap all the time. This is not the first time they have done it. If you look them up, you can see all the cruddy stuff that they have done. But I'm not going to mention their name because whatever. But yeah, I'm still bitter about it, guys. So yeah, I was just so we had to do that, and we're finally done paying off the whole 5 years. So that kind of gives us a bit extra now, but now we're worried because they're probably going to start that stuff up again, but this time we're going to go find someone else if that happens. I'm not going to mention that if it does, because that would be an ongoing kind of thing, but that's what I'm worried right now, is that that they're going to start that stuff up again, and I don't need that kind of drama in my life right now. So I mean, like, that's what I mean when I'm like worried about stuff, because we finished paying off our last court payment, and then talked about my kids, and then and then he gets a promotion, and then like a pay grade raise, and I'm just like, okay, what's the bad thing? What's going to happen? What is the bad thing that's going to happen? Because it always does. And my one of my friends, she's like, that doesn't happen. I'm like, no, it does for me, it does. Let's see. I got married with him. A few months later, he lost his job. I gave birth to my oldest. He lost his job. There's also a lot of other ones. Let's see. We got anything that involves money, actually, too. So which is why I'm nervous. So we gotten a really good income tax. We finally didn't owe anyone on taxes. In I'm trying to think. Sorry, guys. I meant 2020. Not 2019. I got the years a bit mixed up. You know how it is. Finally, we got money back with everything. And then what had hit? My husband got a 40% reduction in pay, and we were struggling trying to, because like I said, we were filing for chapter 13, so we were not allowed to ask for relief at all. Ooh, it was hard. Those few months before they finally gave him back his pay, like right before school started, for the kids. And then we were kind of in a dash to try and make sure that the kids had all the school supplies needed. We were playing catch up, and then I was also trying to see a dentist after that. My husband he made me start going to see a dentist after that, because my mouth was in so much pain. I did not take good care of my teeth. That year, I was just in constant grinding and anxiety. But yeah, I mean, like, those are the big ones. There's little ones that's with it, but it's just like I'm like always on. I'm now like on edge. Like something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen. I'm gonna try and think good thoughts though. Hopefully, cross your fingers. But on to brighter news. I want to change directions here, because I don't have a lot of time left. I gotta get ready and get going soon. So since it's October, we're getting ready to do to get Halloween decorations up. Because my neighbors have already started, and I'm like, oh, I've been itching. I wanted to get it started like a while back, but my husband has to trim the bushes and cut the yard one more time. I think it needs one more cut, because it's gotten a little overgrown, but not too much. But the bushes we haven't trimmed all summer because there were a couple of birds' nests in them, and we didn't want to disturb the birds living in there, so we've left it alone. Plus, with the tree near the garage, with that nest, that bee's nest or wasp nest, whichever, I don't even remember what it was. Stingers, that's all I know, that they have stingers and they're going to hurt me. So we were waiting until everything started calming down before we started trimming and removing stuff. So I'm waiting for him to do that, and then we can start decorating, because I got some spider webs that I want to put up there. I'm going to actually pick out some tombstones. I want to make things all nice and proper this year. And then I got some little decorating crafts too for the kids, like paper mache pumpkins, so they can paint their pumpkins and stuff like that. I hope they have a blast when we get the stuff. But yeah, I've been just like itching, because it's like I'm seeing everyone else put their Halloween decorations up, and I'm like, I gotta decorate. Ah. Only because I love Halloween. I love how the season changed. I'm just so sad because right now it is still so hot, and I'm like looking at the weather, and it's like 80 degrees, 79 degrees, 78, and then it gets to 76 because of the rain, and then next week 82, and I'm like, no. It's like I think around Halloween it's going to actually be in the 60s to 70s, and then next month it's going to be in the actual 60s. So I have to wait just a little bit longer for something of a nice cool temperature, but it still be t-shirt type weather. Living in the South sometimes sucks. See, my husband tricked me, is what he said. Because we came down here when it was winter, so I say we came down there. His parents, he grew up around this area. Let's see. Yeah, he came down here when it was winter, and it was nice and stuff. I'm pretty sure I said this sentence before.
um, but it snowed around my birthday, and I was just like, this place is so wonderful. I love it. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, hun. You lied to me that it was a freak storm. It doesn't happen all the time. It's only snowed really well. I mean, it has snowed in the past, but I think it snowed maybe like that. There was a blizzard type storm where my husband could not get out of the driveway at all. We were at the time we were living with a family friend while before we got this house. So our oldest was two, three, two, 2 or 3 years old. And oh no, I'm gonna have to fix that. I just realized that was the wrong shade. I'm gonna have to do that off camera. I fill all this in, and then I'm gonna probably have to call it at here because I'm looking at the time. Um, See, I just sometimes I just go on and on. That's my own fault. I'm gonna have to definitely fix that. Well, it'll be fine. I'll just pick it off. Um, but yeah, it's just I think it's only snowed one real good time here, and then that's it. And then it's been just like little flurries and stuff. But yeah, I do have to get going. It's getting late. I will cut this off in just a minute. Let me just do that. Okay. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. I will put links of the tools that I use down below. And also, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!